What the hell?
Johnson again, ole ole. Johnson again, Johnson again, Johnson again, ole ole.
What is going on, people? Shout out to you, Henry. Nice and early. We love it. What's going on, people? Nathan Robinson from Canadian Noso Spurs here. And today, we got some breaking news, man. We got some breaking news. Man, it's looking like Eze's release clause has been lowered. They are now willing to not be a bunch of pieces of SHIT, and they're actually willing to change the price a little bit. So for all of you that do not know, the Eze release clause was a little bit tricky. You think on face value that the price of it isn't that bad at all. Like what? The release clause is about 60 million plus 8 million in add-ons. On face value, that's not that bad. But the thing with that is that with that release clause, you're going to have to pay almost all of it up front. I think it's damn near at least 50 million up front for that release clause, or at least all of it. I'm pretty close, if I'm not mistaken. So most clubs typically don't usually do that. They usually like to pay in installments. And for a club like Spurs, and of course you know that Daniel Levy is in charge of the club, he doesn't like to pay shit up front, bro. He doesn't do that. So now we're hearing news that the Eze release clause has been changed a little bit. Crystal Palace are willing to listen to offers, and they're willing to break the payment up into 3 installments of 20 million euros. Now this is huge. And why is this huge? This is huge because of what I said, is that Daniel Levy doesn't like to pay a bunch of money up front. So now, with the release clause being broken up into 3 equal payments of 20 million, that makes it way easier to get a deal done. So from what I'm understanding, from what I'm learning now, is that there should be nothing stopping Tottenham Hotspur from making this deal. This deal should be done by freaking Monday, bro. No excuses. Straight up. No excuses. So yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. But before I get into the stream, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And bro, you guys have been freaking killing it, man. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to the Wizard, man. I see you guys in chat. Bro, the support has been insane. We are on the freaking road to 300. On the road to 1,000. That's the goal, man. So if we can hit 1,000 before the start of the season, oh my days. You guys would be absolute legends, man. So yeah, make sure to keep liking and subscribing. For those of you on TikTok, make sure to come on over to the YouTube stream. It's better on YouTube. I hate TikTok. You guys are freaking pissing me off, man. Freaking banning my live. So yeah, coming over to YouTube, guys, it's way better. But yeah, let's get right into this. Do you think he'll join soon? If the deals of this release clause is what it's said to be, I think it gets done. I don't know about soon though, because you know how Spurs are in the transfer window, man. They don't move quick. So I don't know about soon, but I think it could be done within the next month, probably. I'd hope so. But I don't know if it'll be soon, to be honest. Because you know how Spurs be, man. But yeah, man, let's get right into this here. So of course, we have here, so the official news. Let me move my camera over here a little bit. Make this better for you guys to see. So yeah, as you can see, Crystal Palace would be willing to accept 3 installments of approximately 20 million euros for rumored Tottenham Hotspur FC target Eberechi Eze. They are no longer holding out for the majority of his reported 68 million euro release clause. So yeah, huge news, guys. This is massive. Bro, what is going on with the freaking TikTok stream? Man, hey, like I said, bro, come on over to freaking YouTube, guys. TikTok is just sucks, man. It sucks. If I'm being honest, bro. Freaking sucks, dude. Like, what is going on here? Let me see if I can do this then. Will this work? Ooh, this works then. Okay, yeah, perfect. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Man, I hate TikTok so much. Yeah, so for you guys that don't know, TikTok changed their terms of service and shit like that. So I used to be able to go live on Streamlabs OBS from both my YouTube and TikTok, but now they changed it. So I'm having to use some freaking stupid TikTok live studio, which sucks. But hey, man, it is what it is. But yeah, what one other player would you like to sign that's not Eze after you say all news? To be honest, I would probably say, obviously I love Mbuemo, but he loves United. I don't think we get him. Another player that I would like to see through the door, I'd probably say obviously Xavi Simons, but that's also a pipe dream. But bro, the reality is that we gotta sign a big name player, man. If we're dropping Son, we have to replace him with a big name player, bro. We gotta get something solid in the door. So I love Simons. I also love Kudus, man. Bro, we've been getting links to Kudus. I love Kudus so much, man. I think he'd be quality. I did a video on this. I don't think he would be like that huge of a need unless we plan to play him on the right. And you could say the same thing about Eze in terms of like the number 10. And Madison and Kulusevski's there already. Like, we don't really need him. But if you play Eze as a left winger and have him more as an inside forward, he could cook. So it just depends like what we kind of decide to do with the squad. And on top of that, I envision that Frank would probably want to use Kulusevski as an inside forward anyways. So he could probably go back to doing that role. So, like, there's a lot of flexibility. And, of course, we know that Madison gets injured hella. Like, there's so many things that Thomas Frank could do. So the point is that we have a bunch of versatile players that can fit into the squad really nicely, which is perfect. So, but yeah, so Howard, Spencer, Eze be very nice, but Mbuemo to be great. Yeah, I think Mbuemo is more of an immediate need, and he like just makes that front line way better overall. Eze feels like more of like a complementary piece in terms of like we don't really need him, but at the same time, I need him, bro. I need him. So that's all I need to say. But yeah, man. But honestly, though, overall, like the transfer news has been pretty dead, bro. Like some of these links, I'm just like, bro, that's just lazy ass journalism, bro. Like, some of it has just been pretty bare bones, if I'm being dead ass. Try and build your best possible Spurs team in the last 20 years, Joel era onwards, but the catch is you can only have one player per nation. Yeah, man. Yeah, like, it's looking like a whole bunch of people are reporting on this. Obviously, this came from Paul O'Keefe that broke this. But, yeah, if Palace are genuinely willing to accept 3 installments of 20 million euros, this deal should get done ASAP. Like, there's nothing stopping this deal from going through. There's nothing stopping it at all. So, I don't know. I hope it does, man. I hope it does, but I really hope it goes through. Like, just look at this, man. Like, Eze feels like such a Spurs player. It's similar to how I felt about James Madison when we were getting linked to him a couple years ago. Like, the links were always there, and, like, he felt like such a Spurs player. So, I would just love to see Eze through the door, man. Jason Phillips says both are needed. Yeah, bro. Like, if this club's serious about backing Thomas Frank, pushing on for winning more trophies, being competitive on all competitions and on all fronts, then you gotta sign both. You got if this club is serious, if this club is genuinely serious, you get Eze and you get an Mbuemo, or you get a Kudus, or you get a Semenyo. But the point is, you get 2 big players, bro. You get it done. Because I look at people like Liverpool, man. Like, bro, Liverpool are killing it, bro. Liverpool's team is looking scary, bro. You know what they did? They won the league. They could have just cruised. They could have been like, nah, like, we won the league. Let's just run it back. But no. They sold players, and they freaking got in 2 solid fullbacks, and they got in Verts, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. That midfield is mad that Liverpool is cooking up, bro. Damn. And they're looking at Isak too. Jimmy says, y'all cooked anyways. Have a great day. This guy Jimmy, man. This guy, bro. But no, we definitely need to act like a big club for once and back the manager, dude. Just get it done, bro. Just get it done, man. It's serious option for Tottenham this summer, but They've not completely decided yet. Like, what do you mean, bro? Levy, what do you mean, bro? What do you freaking mean you haven't decided, dog? What? What is there to decide? It's Eze. There's nothing to decide. You either get it done or you don't, bro. You do it. There's nothing to decide about Eze. He's prem proven. He fits the age range. Yeah, he doesn't have Champions League experience, sure, whatever. But he's prem proven. He fits the age range, and you know damn well he could do it in the Champions League, bro. He's an England international. Like, he's fine. Son finna leave too? Yeah, I can't lie. Son's cooked, bro. I can't lie. Son's probably cooked. Son's probably gone, bro. I can't lie. Probably cooked, bro. Oh, bro, like, Eze, man. Yes, not get copyrighted, please. Like, bro. Oh, look at this brother, bro. Quality, bro. Quality. And that was against us, too. I remember when I saw that shit, I was like, wow. But I'm pretty sure I have the reaction to this goal. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. I think I have the reaction to this goal. Let me see where it was. It would have been... I think it would have been this one, actually. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah, bro, I do. Hold on. Let me cook for you guys. Let's see. Let me show you guys this. Check this out, guys. Bro.
An unreal free kick from a
damn, bro. Throwback, bro. For any of you OGs, bro, look at the camera quality. And look at how far we've come, bro. Insane, dude. They gotta see if he can get them, the team, in a worse state. If yes, then he will get him. By the way, I noticed there's way less delay. Did you do some? I'm on TikTok Live Studio, so maybe that's why. But yeah, that's probably, yeah. Like, I'm on TikTok Live Studio. That's the only thing, probably. But yeah, because I'm not streaming on OBS. That's about it. But yeah. Ooh, what? Let me get the chat. Why is the chat not showing? There we go. There we go. But yeah, bro, like, throwback, man. Wow.
An unreal free kick from a Eze. He won it. He took it. And he scored it in stunning style.
Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. Wow, man. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely, bro. But yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Eze, bro. You need to come to Spurs, dude. You need to come to Spurs. You absolutely need to. But yeah, how are you feeling, guys? Like, what do we think? Like, is Eze a priority, or like, what are we saying? Because if you really deep it, he's not. Because what? He could do a job on the left wing, but he's a cam, bro. He's a cam. He needs to be playing midfield. Let's see. What do I think? I don't think, bro. Let's see. Let me the chat, because it's probably in the way. Abrici, as his primary position for Crystal Palace last season, was attacking midfield. He also occasionally played as a left winger. His stats suggest he is a versatile player who can contribute effectively in both positions with a strong emphasis on attack and play. I want to see, like, the heat map, though. That's what I really want to see. How many games did he play on the left? He played 3 games on the left wing last season. Only 3 games last season on the left wing. Can't wait for Eze, man. Facts, bro. Eze won't come. That's glazing description. Not gonna lie, bro. I think he's open to Spurs. I think that's what the reports were saying. I think he's open to Spurs. I don't think that's a problem, to be honest. I don't think that's a problem. He bagged 14 goals, 11 assists in all competitions. Not too bad. Madison gets more, though, to be fair. But Yeah, man. Like, you can't. Because if you sign Eze, then Kulusevski is going to be a right winger. There's no way you have Eze, Madison, and Kulusevski as your 3 midfielders, bro. That's just not enough game time. But one of them's going to pick up injuries for sure. Or 2 of them. Who knows? But there's no way you have those 3 as your midfielders. So if we sign Eze, Kulusevski's going back to being a winger. But then if that's the case, and you have Johnson, Kulusevski, and then what? An Embuemo, like another right winger, Kudus. That's a lot of competition there too. Or you put Kulusevski on the left and you have Tell, Odebear, Kulusevski. But then Kul's not really like a I don't know, dude. He could do a left job on the left. There's no reason why he can't, but I don't know. Actually, to be fair, Thomas Frank, actually, if you don't know that, Thomas Frank actually likes to play his wingers on the opposite side because he likes them to cut in. So I know we need Eze, but why Eze want to come to our club? Well, I think it's one of those things where it's like we have Champions League. He's friends with a lot of the players. He's already in London. His family has a suite at the Spurs Stadium already. They're always coming to the Spurs Stadium all the time. I think it's just like one of those things where the fit just makes sense. And then who else is in for him? Like, I'm not seeing any other teams really in for him. I'm not seeing, like, United. I think City were looking at him, but now they're probably not going to do it because they have Cherokee. So maybe Arsenal could probably go for it. If Arsenal comes in for him, then that's a proper shout, to be honest. But if I'm not mistaken, he came out of Arsenal's... I think he had a stint for Arsenal's youth academy, and he got cut, if I'm not mistaken. Is that true? Like, I think Eze had... Let me see. Academy. Yeah, Eze was a part of the Arsenal Academy. He joined the academy at a young age, but was released at the age of 13. Yeah, so he was part of Arsenal's academy. He came out of Arsenal's Arsenal's. Yeah, bro. Wait, what the hell? He came out of Arsenal's ass. Okay, bro. Yeah, man. So, but like, will he take offense to that and be like, "Oh, no, y'all rejected me, so like, why would I go back?" I don't know. I don't think there's anyone really in for him, so I think Spurs just makes the most sense. He's already said yes to Spurs, like he's open to a move. That's what the reports were saying. It just depends if we want to pay the money. To me, you just get it done. You just get it done, bro. It's plain and simple. You just pay the money, you get it done. And now it's a lot more affordable too, so. But yeah, I'd probably say... You play him on the left, have him cutting inside. Like, he could do a job on the left. I don't see why he couldn't, especially under Thomas Frank. If Ange was still in charge, I'd say no. Because you do not want Eze as a touchline winger. That'd be horrible. But under Thomas Frank, where the wingers are cutting inside, I don't see why he couldn't do a job. And then you'd have him drifting inside. Actually, I have the board open. Let me open up the board. You would have him drifting inside, too. Like, as a left wing, you could have him drifting inside, cutting inside like this. You could have Meze shifting out to the left there, too. Like, there's so many things that you could kind of do with this. I don't know. And it would create confusion as well for the opposition. Because, like, the last thing you'd want is for Eze to be a touchline winger and have him just, like, dotting down here all the time. Like, that'd be horrible. You play him on the left... The only thing is, if you have Eze inside and you have Madison in here too, it kind of gets congested, sorry. And then, like, Madison and Eze are both 2 players that love to be on the ball. So you could make an argument where it's like, if you have Eze and Madison playing together, they could be not like ball hogging, but like they're both players who like want to be influential on the ball. They love spreading the ball a lot. So do you play them together? Do you just like, hey, get Kulusevski in there, and then you have Kulusevski being able to run all around the pitch, which Frank loves for his midfielders. And then Kulusevski he loves going all over the place. Kulusevski can drift up around here. He can drift up around over there. Then you have Eze would be able to switch positions if need be. And you have Kulusevski making those runs. You have Eze. Like, there's so many things you could kind of do with this. It's so interesting to see what Frank could do, bro. Good day to, good day to all. As a deal likely after July 1st, he can play as 10 or left wing inverted. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Exactly. Thinking exactly that. Solanke Loki ass. Nah, bro. Solanke's not ass. I just think Solanke was almost like the sacrificial lamb last season, if that makes sense. Like, under Ange is expected to just like hold up play, drop deep, and bro, we were not getting any balls to him, bro. Solanke thrives off of crosses, and we threw 0 crosses into him, bro. Like, barely any. And that's why I'm looking super forward to Thomas Frank, because with Thomas Frank, what he likes to do with his fullbacks is he likes to have one fullback pushing up, making those inverted runs. You have Eze staying on the outside or whatever, just for now. And then you have Van de Ven shift over a little bit, Romero. And this almost becomes a back 3. And you have this fullback bombing in balls from deep, bombing in balls to the attackers here. So you'd have Udagi making late runs. You'd have Solanke being able to either knock the ball back to Udagi. Udagi can have a shot. Or you'd have, obviously, Solanke going in just for the header. You have people in the box making those runs. Kulusevski getting in there. You know, he has the aerial ability. Eze could be there. Udagi making those late runs. Johnson, of course, can be in there. You just have so many numbers that you can target. So this is why I'm super hyped for Thomas Frank, man. And this was why, like, if you take the emotion out of it, is that Frank would be so good for Spurs because you'd have Porro with his deadly crosses. I think under Thomas Frank, Porro could officially announce himself as being the best right back in the Premier League. Just because I think you'd want Udagi coming in and you want Porro staying back like Thomas Frank fullbacks like to do and just spamming those crosses. And then what could happen as well is you can have Udagi stay back and you have Porro shift up, but instead of him going invert, you have Johnson coming in and you have Porro going on the outside, and then you have Porro launching crosses from here. And of course, it would be better if Johnson was on this side because, you know, Johnson again, ole ole, you know what I mean, back tap ins. But here you'd have Eze making those runs, or assume no Eze, you have a tell. Let's put Madison back. You have Madison here for the ball to spill out. If the ball comes in, throw the ball in. Nice hard cross. Ball spills out. Then you have Madison ready to take a nice good shot into the goal. Bro, there's just so many different options that we have now under Thomas Frank. And I just love the fact that Bro could either be a deep lying playmaker almost. And I think this is also a good thing because, as you guys know, we're looking to sign a deep lying either shutdown 6 or a deep lying playmaker 6. So let's say that the transfer window just breaks down and we don't get that. You can almost have Porro serving that role a little bit, having him stay back, having Udagi go forward, and then having Porro be almost that like deep lying playmaker and just spamming a whole boatload of crosses into all these players. And you have all these players in the box ready to go for those balls in. So I think Porro is one of those players that could thrive a whole lot under Thomas Frank, and it's going to be super interesting to see how Thomas Frank gets the best out of this system and out of these players. It's going to be super cool, man. I'm so pumped up for it. Big up watching from Denver. Eze, yes, please. Shout out to you, the Mile High Hotspur. Shout out to you, bro. Big ups. 8 million for Solanke is crazy. Bro, we only paid 60. No, we paid 65 for Solanke, I think. Ola and Nina playing golf. You're in Timber playing volleyball. Ben White retired. Reece James playing hockey. Bro, what are you saying, Jimmy? What are you saying, brother? But yeah. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we could do here under Thomas Frank, and I'm super pumped up for this, man. Like, I'm just trying to get trying to figure out like what he could do. And like, this is the thing about Thomas Frank, is that he always changes up his system depending on the players that he has available. So we don't even know what he's gonna do. We have no clue. How about Polina in sixth? In the sixth, our club. You said Porro is the best right back. No, I said Porro could be the best right back in the league. I think he, honestly, bro, I think he is. Like, who's better than him right now? Probably Reece James, and that's it. Maybe Reece James. That's probably it. I can't think of, not Ben White, like, or is Ben White the left back? No, he's the right back, I think. Like, what, Reece James, and that's probably it, bro. I can't think of anyone else that's better than Porro right now in the Premier League, to be honest. Okay. So John, you said Polina. Here's the thing, and one of my viewers pointed this out in one of the comments of my last videos. Let's pretend Bentancur's not there. How do you spell his name? Paulina. So, with Paulina here, Paulina fits the age profile, has that experience. The only thing with Paulina is that he's not that deep line playmaker that Frank teams love. Who was it for Brentford? Was it? I think it was Norgard. Let me fact check that. Christian Norgard. Let's see. Yeah. So it was Norgard under Thomas Frank that you can see here. He was essentially the deep line playmaker when it comes to Thomas Frank's system. So if Frank decides to go with let's open up the 4-3-3. Let's open up the 4-3-3. Put a Paulina there. So you put a Paulina there. You open up the 4-3-3. And then pretty much Paulina would be that destroyer 6, like the Rodri-esque type, that would just sit here. You have Bergvall going up, Madison going up. You'd have Paulina just patrolling, almost similar to how it was under Ange a little bit. But you'd have Bergvall back a little bit more for support. Like, he wouldn't go as far up as he would under Ange, but he'd be like a little bit more of a support system role. But you'd have Paulina here as like the main shutdown destroyer 6. The only thing with this is that Frank likes his CDMs to be able to spread the ball out, to be able to pass out to the wingers, pass up to the striker, balls in behind over here. He loves his 6s to be able to distribute that ball amazingly. Paulina doesn't have that. That's the thing. Paulina doesn't have that. That's the only problem. Richard Rios of Palmeiras is my choice for the new 6. Size, passing, age profile, all right for the squad. Yeah, I mean, I looked at him too a little bit. I don't know. I haven't watched him. I don't know too much about him, but I think there's a lot of clubs in for him, to be honest. So, but yeah, I think that's the guy. What's his passing range though? Richard Rios. What's his passing range? What's his passing range? Progressive passes, 40. Progressive carries, pass attempts. That's the thing. I guess his passing isn't that hot. Because, I don't know, like, maybe Frank will change it up. But, like, Norgard was the guy that would shut down, but also he'd be able to spread that ball out like crazy. Like, he'd be able to pass it everywhere, bro. He was distributing that shit like crazy, man. Bro was passing out more balls than... Actually, let me not say that. Let me just pause right there. 4-3-4. 4-3-4. So you're saying 4-3-4. So you have... I mean... I guess you could, 4-3-4. So you'd have, what, the 2 up the top, then the wingers, or you have the fullbacks. Midfield, so you take off a winger, you add a striker, essentially. I don't know if Frank will do that, though. I don't think he's ever used that formation, to be honest. Paulina could pass Solanke for center forward. I just think that the way that Frank likes to play, he likes those 6s to be able to distribute the ball really effectively, because it helps get past defensive lines really well. Like, the 6 has to be able to pass. Bentancur could maybe do that, but he hasn't really shown it. So I don't know. I'm curious about Richard Rios, though. I'm actually really curious. Like, what's he saying? This is for Man United. Big step. Milan. Richard Rios' has generated significant attention recently and close to the portion. Offensively, his non-penalty expected goals, it's a whole lot of just yapping, bro. I want to see his progressive passes. So he's one of those guys that just likes to carry the ball. I think we have too many carriers. We need more passers. We need more passers, but we have a bunch of runners. We don't have enough passers. Okay, passing ability. Rios' possession and passing stats provide a glimpse into his role within Palmeiras. He scores highly in progressive carries and successful take-ons, marking him as a midfielder capable of moving the ball upfield with confidence. However, his passing stats show mixed results. He sits in the 45th percentile for passes attempted and only 40th for pass completion, suggesting that while he has the ambition to distribute the ball, he could benefit from increased accuracy and composure. Yeah, that's the thing. More of a ball carrier than a pass master at this stage. Yeah, I agree. So he's going to have to be coached into it. It's tough, man, because there's not really many out there that's really available for a decent price. What about Douglas Luiz? Let me see what they're saying on his average position here. Passes into the final. Not that good either, to be honest. Pass, successful. No, he's just more of a destroyer, I think. Passes completed. Okay, so in the Premier League when he was here, he had a bunch of passes completed. Final third passes, assists. But we're not going to get Douglas Luiz, though. There's no way. There's no way we get Douglas Luiz, bro. No chance. He played a lot more. He didn't even play that much last season at all, actually. Bro, he barely played. This brother barely played, bro. I want to see some. What's a good statistics site, guys? FBref maybe? Let's show. I need some charts. Non-penalty XG, assist, shot creation actions, passes attempted, pass completion 61. Progressive carries, same thing. A lot more of a key. His passing's not bad, but he's a lot more of a carrier too. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough, bro. Like, who is gonna be the 6 that we're looking for? And will we even get it? Because as you know, the squad has a big problem with homegrown as well. Guys, I'm stressing. I don't know how we're going to be able to do this window. I think we just buy Eze and Polina for summer transfer window. It's a good buy. Yeah, I would like Polina. Like, I think irrespective of whatever we want about the deep lying playmaker, Polina is still a really good buy. I'd get so behind it. He's a really good buy. It's just he's not of that passing ask. But in my opinion, he elevates the team. So he's out of favor at Bayern. He's cheap, available, but the thing is, like, bro, it's the club trained issue that we have. Like, I did a video on this, so make sure to check it out. But we have a huge homegrown / club trained issue, man. Like, we're cooked. We have to sell Son. Son's getting sold, bro. Son's getting sold, man. I don't know. Son's getting sold. Spurs were looking at Hayden Hackney as well. I saw that. Eze not bad though on some serious shit. And bro, Eze, I think Eze is almost like a non-negotiable. Bro, I did a video on this. Let me just pull this up, bro. Let's pull this up for you guys, bro, because I really broke this all down. I have a couple non-negotiables. Also, guys, we got 16 people watching. Do me a solid, like, subscribe. If you guys enjoy what I do, it would help me out a lot. I appreciate it, man. You guys are freaking killing it, of course. So, drop subscribe. It's free. Drop a like. But, yeah, so I did a video on this, and I pretty much broke down the 5 signings that we could get. Obviously, the heaviest things that we've had is a Semenyo. Of course, and how you kind of fit into the team. Just let me just pull up the board. So yeah, I did Eze, Kudus, and Buemo, Semenyo, and Simons. Out of these 5 players, we got to get at least one of them, bro. At least one of them. Because if you're selling Son, we need a big name player to come in. That's a whole bunch of money off the wage books. That's like, what, 200K Son makes? That's a lot of money off the wage books. So we got to bring in at least one of these guys, bro. It's got to be at least one for me. If we're a serious club, we get 2. If we're serious, we get 2. But I don't think that would happen. But it's got to be at least one of these guys, man. Whether it's a Kudus. I love Kudus to play him off the right. Obviously, Mbeumo is the most perfect fit. Slots right in, makes a right wing better. Adds perfect competition for Johnson. Semenyo doesn't move me as much, but he's one of those guys that, like, he has a high ceiling. He'd still probably be able to improve. Frank would get the best out of him. He's dynamic. He's attacking. He's all over the place. Like, I'd be happy with it, but I think I'd rather go for an Eze, Kudus, and Mbeumo, and obviously Xavi Simons. And then with Simons, he's one of those guys who can play on the left, the right, the middle, versatile. This guy's a statement signing, bro. This would be absolutely insane. This is my number 1, bro. Simons would be absolutely mad. He's a good passer. Hackney, if homegrown, club trained issue, give Tyrese Hall some serious game time. Tyrese Hall, I don't know if he's ready though, bro. Son outdated though. Y'all got to give up on him. I think Son just wasn't utilized properly under Ange. But with that being said, he still had our most assists on the team. So whether he's washed or whatever, he still had the most assists on this team, which is why I say that if we're going to sell Son, you have to. And you have to get another big name player in. Son is a huge player that we're going to be missing if we sell him, bro. You got to get a replacement for him. You have to. Eze, Simons, and Rios for me. Yeah, bro. But like between Eze, Simons, and Rios, bro, that's like what? Simon's going to cost 75, 80. Simon's going to cost Eze 60 plus 8. Rios, probably get him for 30, 40. That's an expensive window, bro. I don't think we do that. Hell, bro, like I said, bro. Listen, guys. I'm a new YouTuber. Not that big. But I've spent so much time analyzing this Tottenham squad and realizing how screwed we actually are, guys. Listen to me, man. When I say that we are cooked, I mean that we are absolutely cooked, bro. This squad is absolutely deep fried, man. There is no way we're going to be able to sign players unless we sell Son. There's no way around it, bro. There's actually no... Because of our homegrown / club trained problem, we're cooked, bro, for Champions League at least. The only way that we sign players is if we decide to leave them out of the Champions League squad, which that wouldn't make any sense because they're coming here for Champions League. Like, that wouldn't make any sense. Like, the only way that we sell players, or we buy players, is if we sell Son. It's the only way, bro. And I broke down the last 3 summer transfer windows as well in terms of our average net spends. So net spend for 2022 was 235 million. For 2023, it's 136. And then for last summer, it was 200 million. So for the last 3 summers overall, average net spend was 190 million. So that includes sales and buys. Average spend as a whole was just 250 for the past 3 seasons. So if we're staying within that range and we're selling Son, there's no reason why we can't outlay at least 190 to 200 million. There's no reason why we can't. It just depends on the homegrown numbers, man. That's like where we're really cooked. Like, Basuma gotta go. Solomon gotta go. Valise, Hill, Richie, Davis, Son, Scarlett, they all gotta go, bro. I mean, well, Scarlett can stay. He can go on loan, but I decided to include him for extra money. But all of these players are non-negotiables, gotta go. They all have to go to make the numbers work. That's the reality. They have to. They're like, there's no way around it, bro. Sell the whole team, though. Bro, y'all cooked for Champions League in any case, any scenario, any universe. Bro, Jimmy, man. Dude. Simon's under 60 million last reports. We sell Son, Basuma, Bentancur to make room. But do we sell Bentancur, though? Like, we're looking at giving him a contract, though. That's the thing. I don't know if we sell Bentancur. I don't know if we do, bro. Maybe. Like, if we sell Bentancur, that makes it easier, but then you have to replace him. Like, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Because if we sell, minusing Dane Scarlett, if we sell these 7 players, we can bring in about 5. But you'd have to have one of them being Kyle Walker-Peters. That's the other thing, bro. In order to make this all work, we have to bring in Kyle Walker-Peters. That's the only way. He's getting signed, bro. I'm telling you right now, like, save this, bro. But Kyle Walker-Peters is getting signed. There's no way around it. He's getting a contract. Like, and by the way, he's on a free. Let me fix this. He's on a free. So, he's on a free. So, we don't have to worry about that. But, we have to sign Kyle Walker-Peters, bro. Rios replaces him. But here's the thing, Sean, though. We're letting go of Basuma and Bentancur. So unless you're saying that Archie Gray is going to be the replacement, then we got to sign 2 midfielders. Because if you let go of Bentancur and Basuma, that's a lot of good quality lost. To replace them with Rios and an Archie Gray doesn't look too good. Here, let's throw it in. Let's see what you say. So you have Bentancur. Or sorry, no, you sell Bentancur. Get in Rios. You have a midfield. Let's just assume this is Tell. Let's say no Simons or whatever. Let's assume that you have here on the bench for midfielders, you have Gray. So you have Gray, Bergvall, Rios, Madison. You have a Kulusevski. You have a Kulusevski. And Gray, and then Sar as well. You'd have a Sar. I don't know why I do the. I just find it so funny doing the colors, bro. Oh, should I change it? Well, that sucks. Then you'd have a Kulusevski there as well. So these are our midfielders. That's light, bro. That's really light. In my opinion, that's gonna get cooked in Champions League, bro. Cause how old is Rios too? How old is his brother? How old is he? Is it his age here? No, they don't. So as a natural position in the midfield, as a 10 or on the left, inside forward. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, as it would have to be on. What's his brother's name? Ricardo? What's his name? Oh, Richard. Oh, no, it is Ricardo. Yeah. Is Ricardo or Richard? Richard. How old is Richard Rios? He's 25. Oh, he's not that young. Well, I mean, he's middle-aged. I mean, yeah, he's not. I thought he was younger, to be honest. I mean, yeah, you could. You could. But I think that's a little bit light, no? Rios, Archie Gray, and we are close to signing Posili from Roma. Oh, yeah, that bro. I think I did a video on him, too. Did I include him here? I didn't. What's his first name? Yeah, Nico. Yes, this brother. How old is he? He's 20, so this is one of them young guys. But if I'm not mistaken, this guy had a huge ACL injury, I think. I think he had a bad ACL. And he hasn't been the same since. And I think he also... What? I think he plays center back too, doesn't he? No, he's only midfield. I swear he used to play center back or some shit. I don't know, but I think he got a big injury and then he wasn't the same since. But yeah, I watched some of his highlights and I think he's still like a really good like passer as well. He'd be cheap too. He'd be very cheap. I feel like that's still light though, bro. Like even if you add him in here too, like let's just add him in here for fun, whatever. Let's just add him in here. But I think even though, I think it's still light, bro. Like, where's the Champions League experience in this? There's just no way, bro. I don't know. And then if you do this, then you're leaving out Gray out of Champions League too, by the way. If we do this, we're leaving out Gray out of Champions League. We don't have experience Champions League, only Sonny and Ben. Yeah. Well, no. Romero played Champions League. Porro did 2 under Conte. I think Porro played under Conte as well. I think he played under Conte in Champions League too. Not Madison, obviously not Bergwell. Tell probably has some for Bayern. Solanke, no. Johnson, no, obviously. Vicario, no. Yeah, we're lacking experience, bro. That's a problem. We also have Donnelly and Devine to assess the preseason for midfield roles. I think they go on loan too, bro. To be honest, I think they go on loan as well. It's just tough, man. Like, it's really tough with the squad numbers and the homegrown stuff, to be honest, bro. It's really tough with the squad numbers and the homegrown stuff. It makes it really tricky to navigate, to be honest, bro. Like, I don't know, it's tough. Because when I went through this night, accounted for these signings that we would make. So I said Mbuemo, I said Wissa because they were linked to him at the time. Obviously not happening. You could replace him with whoever, whatever. But for now, let's just say that we signed these players. Even with these players here, you're still leaving out Archie Gray. You're leaving out a Dragusin. You're leaving out a Kulusevski. Like, the numbers are just not working for the Champions League because our max squad is 23 if we sign Kyle Walker-Peters. If we don't, our max squad size is 22. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. It doesn't look good because Archie Gray's going to have to get left out. And you're leaving out Kulusevski too because of the numbers. Unless you leave out like a Wissa, you put Kulusevski and you leave out Wissa. Bro. I don't know. Only our club, bro. It's so... I don't know how we're going to get this done, man. I don't know. This is why we need to go get Polina, experienced player, and that number 6 that we need. He isn't getting any playing time at Bayern. Yeah, Polina would be simple to get done. What, 30, 35 million euros. Slots in right away. Played really well at Wolves. Or was it Fulham? Fulham or Wolves? I think it was Fulham. Regardless, solid player. He'd be fine. He'd be really good for us. But it's not looking good for the numbers, man. It's not looking good for the numbers, but... Let's see some of this guy's highlights. Let's see. This is 25. This is Richard Rios. To be fair, bro, Brazilians are killing it right now, man, for the Club World Cup. They're killing it, bro. He has offensive ability as well. Decent shot from range, it looks like, too. There's a lot of clubs in for him, though. That's the thing. Lots of clubs in for him. Hey, man, he looks good. He looks good, bro. A very offensive 6, he looks like. Very offensive 6. But Frank doesn't like his players taking, like, wild-ass shots. Like, damn! Brother! Wait, hello? Hold up. Brother, what? But damn! Who's this guy think he is, bro? What the hell? Aight. Go ahead, then. I'm sold. Get him in. Get him in. I'm sold. Get him in. Yeah, make it happen. How much does he cost again? How much does he cost? How much does he cost, bro? He costs 16. Get him in. 16 million euros, bro. Done deal. Make it happen. Make it happen, bro. Damn, this brother has a shot on him, bro. How is he just posting up these? Am I watching the right? Is this the right guy? 2 appearances. Oh, it's Club World Cup. 9 appearances. Where are these goals? When was these? Where is he scoring these goals? Oh, this is last season stuff only though. Bro, this brother is popping goals out of nowhere, bro. Like, what do you mean? Okay, he looks a little bit slow though. He looks a little bit. Is he slow? He looks kind of slow, but very technical though. I love that. Decent dribbling. He has a good shot, man. I'll say that much. He has a really solid shot. He looks a little bit slow though, Chad. Am I tripping? Is he slow? How does this compare to like a... As compared to like a Norgard. Let's see how Norgard looked for Frank here. Because this is what you got to pay attention to. Like, this is how Frank likes using his number 6s. Has to have a good passing range, good set pieces. These brothers need to have good, be able to put some good balls in, bro. I mean, that's Richard Rios could easily do that. Decent tackling. This is against us. That's ironic as hell, bro. Nice, calm, collected. Wow. I mean, yeah, I'd say Rios is better than him, bro. But, so... I don't see why Rio couldn't do exactly this. And he has a far shot. Yeah, I don't know. Frank changes his system a lot, so maybe not a lot of movement in midfield apart from Basuma out. And for me, Rios in. Should have gotten him for Ange last summer. Yes, right guy. John says he is slow. People don't have open space. I feel like Rios is slow. That's the only thing. I feel like it's pretty slow. So he might need a little bit of shelter in that role, potentially. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, he has a shot on him, I'll say that much. Bro. He's a solid shot on him. A really solid shot. There's a lot to think about for the Spurs squad, man. Plenty to think about. Plenty to think about, bro. I just don't feel like he's going to be able to have this much space to do what he wants. Like, you're not going to have that in the Premier League, bro. Like, that's not happening. That's not happening, bro. Decent header. He has a good shot, I'll say that much, bro. The shot's really good. You know, it's a deflection, but... Good aerial ability too. He loves these shots from far. He loves those far shots, man. That could be a threat, you know. I don't know. I don't know. And I just gotta watch him more. He's in the Club World Cup, right? So maybe I'll tune into a couple games, see what he's doing. He's very... I love his dribbling, though. I love his dribbling, but... Yeah, maybe I'll tune in. Maybe I'll watch this game, see what he's doing here. I'll probably tune in this game, see how he cooks up. But yeah, man. Regardless of all of that, there's a lot of work for Spurs to do this summer. Yeah, man, it's going to be tough. The homegrown club train stuff, it's got to get sorted out. Like, I don't know what we're going to do. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we got to look at for that. Son is probably gonna have to be sold, bro. Like, I've almost come to terms with it now because I've been analyzing this shit for weeks. Son is gonna have to be sold. There's just no way around it, or else we're not gonna be able to sign that many players. So, lots to think about this summer. Hopefully, Eze gets done. I would love for it to get done. It's a lot more attainable now. Big Bad Rum, who said Eze's coming to Spurs? No one, but he's obviously been heavily linked to Spurs, and his release clause is looking a lot more attainable now. So Spurs are very much in the mix now. Actually, let's see if there's been any new latest developments. Let's check this out. Let me see. I don't think there's anything new. But yeah, it's like the same thing. Crystal Palace are willing to accept 3 installments of approximately 20 million euros for rumored Tottenham Hotspur target Eberechi Eze. It just depends if Levy wants to pull the trigger. Like, we're heavily interested. We just depends if we want to pull the trigger or not. It's tough, man. It's tough, but lots of work to do, man. Lots of work to do. But I'm going to wrap this stream up, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, man. Make sure to drop a like and a subscribe. And I'll be back later on for the Canada versus Curacao watch-along for the Gold Cup. So we got a double stream, bro. We got a double stream. Yo, what's good, Kois? Rise about to end too, bro. That's rough. Rise about to end, bro. I'll be back on later, though. I'll be back in about, 5 hours for the watch-along for Canada versus Curacao for the Gold Cup. Canada is cooking right now, bro. We're in the middle of a golden generation for Canada. So I'm going to be back for that. So stay tuned for that, guys. Today, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So for you UK guys, it's going to be really, really, really late. So but if you stay up for that, perfect. If not, no worries. But yeah, make sure to drop a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys very shortly. I'll be back later, guys. Come on, Richarlison. In that number. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in.